All right, what's up, guys? This is part two of the video, or part one if you're just not seeing the other one. We had a little technical difficulties, so I hope you're doing well. It's me, Mr. Shaver, back with you. I want to read you a book today, all right? And rather recognizable face here. You can see here, this is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And this is actually called Martin's Big Words. Big Words is what it's called. Not only is it a big picture book here, but there's a lot of, inside this book, we're going to look at a lot of quotes and a lot of just the story here of Dr. King. And again, one of the most influential and historical men in our country to make changes, to liberate people, to open up doors that were never opened before, to bring up conversations that had never, had been happening to the forefront of our country, and with race, and with equality, and with just humans being better humans, right? Pretty much. So I want to read this to you today, and again, this is why we were off school, right? This is why we celebrate a national holiday for this man that changed the lives of millions and changed the course of America and the world with his words and with his thoughts and with his commitment and with his love and with his brain. You know what I mean? With his power and his just everything that he did and encompassed. Okay, so I want to read it to you. You can find this. There's a lot of different other read alouds and things, and tons of books that we can find. But I'm going to go with this one right here. So it says Martin's Big Words. So this is the story and the life of Martin Luther King Jr. here. So it says here, everywhere in Martin's hometown, he saw the signs, white only. His mother said these signs were in all southern cities and towns in the United States. Every time Martin read these words, he felt bad, until he remembered what his mother told him. You are as good as anyone. There's a picture of Martin, his mom. We call it segregation, is that word, where people of color could not go all the places that white people could go, and we kept them separate from each other, which today is, we think of as seeming like how do we do that? How do we live like that? But I like that quote there. And each time you'll see this, we have a little quote that's kind of on each page, and that's why it's called, Martin's Big Words. But that's something to live by right there, man, or to tell someone or to hear that. You are as good as anyone. That's the truth, man. We're all humans. In church, Martin sang hymns. He read from the Bible. He listened to his father preach. These words made him feel good. When I grow up, I'm going to get big words too. Words are important, guys. Words are one of the most powerful things we have. Our word and things we say and the way we live by those words, the way we talk to each other, the way we communicate are all very, very important, right? Martin grew up. He became a minister like his father, and he used the big words he had heard as a child from his parents and from the Bible. There he is preaching. And this quote over here says, everyone can be great. And that's true. Everyone can be great. And do great things. He studied the teachings of Mahatma Gandhi. He learned how the Indian nation won freedom without ever firing a gun. Martin said love when others said hate. That's huge right there. Martin said love when others said hate. The quote on this page right here says, hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Isn't this the picture? I think that's so true, right? A lot of times when we see hatred towards one group or another, or something from another, people want to add more and more hate to it. And Dr. King here says, hate can't drive out hate. Only love can do that. Only love can make that hatred go away and that turmoil go away. It's more peaceful. They fought. When you talk about fighting or talking about winning freedom, we automatically think of war and guns and stuff. But that's why he studied under Gandhi, the Indian nation, and was basically that peaceful way to love. Go about things with love instead of going about things with hate and fighting. He said together when others said separate. He said peace when others said war. Sooner or later, all the people of this world will have to discover a way to live together. That even hits home right now, right? We've been living together. This country's been around for hundreds of years, but we got to live this country together, right? We're all humans. We're all Americans. We're all here together. So even in these times when Dr. King spoke like this, this is still stuff that we need to be thinking about today, right? And on everything that's going on in our country today. In 1955, on a cold December day in Montgomery, Alabama, Rosa Parks was coming home from work. A white man told her to get up from her seat on the bus so he could sit. She said no and was arrested. Montgomery's black citizens learned of her arrest. It made them angry. They decided not to ride the buses until they could sit anywhere they wanted. Here's a picture, sorry. For 381 days, they walked to work and school and church. They walked in the rain and cold and in the blistering heat. Martin walked with them and talked with them and sang with them and prayed with them until the white city leaders had agreed they could sit anywhere they wanted. When the history books are written, someone will say there lived black people who had the courage to stand up for their rights. We're reading about it right now, right? This is real history that really happened, And they fought for what they believed in, right? They believed they should be able to sit wherever they want on the bus. So they protested that. They took a strike on it. You call that a strike, or you call it a boycott. That's what some of those bigger vocab words, and you especially get some of those words in social studies. But it's a good way to get to them, right? Stop riding the bus. And they stopped getting money for it, and that made a change. Right? They stood up for themselves, and they didn't take that from them. So they stood up for themselves. In the next 10 years, black Americans all over the South protested for equal rights. Martin walked with them and talked with them and sang with them and prayed with them. White ministers told them to stop. Mayors and governors and police chiefs and judges ordered them to stop. But they kept marching. Wait. For years I've heard the word wait. We have waited more than 340 years for our rights. They were jailed and beaten and murdered, but they kept on marching. Some black Americans wanted to fight back with their fists. Martin convinced them not to, but reminding them of the power of love. Love is the key to the problems of the world. Many white Southerners hated and feared Martin's words. A few threatened to kill him and his family. His house was bombed. His brother's house was bombed. But he refused to stop. Remember, if I am stopped, this movement will not be stopped, because God is with this movement. So despite other people telling him to stop, telling him to quit, trying to shut him down, trying to, silence him, he never gave up. The marches continued. More and more Americans listened to Martin's words. He shared his dreams and filled them with hope. Here's our quote from this page, a pretty famous one right here. I have a dream that one day in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. After 10 years of protests, the lawmakers in Washington voted to end segregation. The white-only signs in the South came down. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. cared about all Americans. He cared about people all over the world, and people all over the world admired him. In 1964, he won the Nobel Peace Prize. He won it because he taught others to fight with words, not fists. Big words, guys. Important words. These words are very powerful. Martin went wherever people needed him. In April 1968, he went to Memphis, Tennessee. He went to help garbage collectors who were on strike. He walked with them and talked with them and sang with them and prayed with them. On his second day there, he was shot. He died. His big words are alive for us today. And that's the truth, guys. These words will never go away. These words are part of our history. These words are still alive today with freedom and peace and togetherness and dreams and love and peace. That's it. For this little book here. On the back, or in the back of it, it's pretty cool. It has a timeline all the way from, and you can pause this to look at it if you'd like, which is pretty cool. Keep it there for a second. I'm going to look at this timeline stuff. He was born in January of 1929, right? That's why we, right now we're in the mid-January. That's where his day, where this comes from here. Then in 1953, he got married. 1954 is when segregation of public schools was declared unconstitutional. Goes through all the way through all these very important and different protest movements and his speeches that he's given, the awards that he's won, just several things all the way kind of through his life, some very significant events. And it ends with, here at the end, is January 15th, 86, and that's when his birthday was celebrated as a national holiday for the first time. So again, that's why we're off school right now, is to pay homage or pay respects and to Dr. King, who literally changed our country, literally has changed the face of segregation, the face of peaceful protest, and a way to be to fight with our words, not fight with guns and fists and weapons all the time. So his beautiful words and speeches and rallies that he led and marches that he led and sit-ins and all kinds of different ways that Martin fought for our country and fought for black people and fought for other people of color and other races and just other ethnicities, other just every human, right, is to me is what I pull from this is all we're all equal, right? We're here for one purpose, right, on this planet, is to live and love and live our lives. So I hope you enjoyed this little read aloud here, and I'll see you next time.